All right, so yeah, let's start with today's workshop. So basically, let's go to the first slide. So first is the importance of web security. So basically, as you all know, like website is a very, important factor at nowadays because almost like every organization, every non-profit organization or whatever the community is, they have their website online for their online presence or their digital presence. So basically, website is a very like we can say application or website is very crucial aspect for each and every organization. And basically, these organizations have their like hundreds and thousands of like the data of their users of themselves on their website. And if the website itself is not secure, then that's a big security flaw. So basically, what we can say is that, like for an example, imagine a website like Amazon. So Amazon is a e-commerce site. They have like we can say crores and lakhs of users' data, right? They have these much amount of data about their users, their financial details, their password, and each and everything about them. And if these kind of data gets leaked from the website, then it's very crucial thing. So that's why data breaches are the first reason that why web security is important. Another is financial fraud. Now, basically, like if the website is not secure enough, then hackers can steal your financial information, credit card information, and other sensitive details through website. And the third one is disruption of services. That attacks can disrupt website operation and cause downtimes like DDoS attack and all. Yeah, I know these things that I'm teaching right now are very basic about web application, but like I noticed in yesterday's workshop was that so many people in the workshop were beginners. So I'll have to cover some basic topics now. Later on in the same like workshop in the same session, we are going to learn the advanced things. So, but as of now, for so that everyone can understand, we'll have to start from the basics. So yeah, in the like beginning, the workshop might seem a bit boring because if you already know these concepts, but yeah, later on we are going to learn some unique and advanced stuff about web and API pen testing. So yeah, next is here are some common vulnerabilities about web application which are SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and CSRF. So can anyone tell me what is SQL injection? Is there anyone here who know what is SQL injection? Anyone, you can also turn on your mic and answer the question. So basically, this is going to be our like last slide for the common vulnerabilities. And later on in this workshop, we are going to look at some practical things. Bombarding queries to reduce performance of website. No, that's basically we can say that is another kind of attack which is known as spam attack or we can say DDoS attack. That's a whole different thing. But SQL injection is a thing where we use malicious SQL statement to like compromise the backend or the database of a website and retrieve sensitive user data. So basically, we covered a zero-day vulnerability in yesterday's workshop, which was SQL injection actually, which was in the WordPress older version of WordPress. So that was an SQL injection vulnerability in which we can compromise the backend database of a website or an application, and then accordingly we can extract some users' data from it. The next vulnerability that we are going to learn is cross-site scripting. So basically, cross-site scripting is a vulnerability like inject, in which we can inject, we can say malicious JavaScript code into client's browser. Basically, there are two part of web application or application vulnerability. First is client-side vulnerability. Another one is server-side vulnerability. So the SQL injection, remote code execution, these are like server side vulnerabilities which actually affects the backend or the web server or the application server. These vulnerabilities affect the server of that specific application. And the cross-site scripting CSRF, these vulnerabilities are considered client-side vulnerabilities. Why? Because cross-site scripting, CSRF, and like we can say in the other words, we also like say it as XSS or XSRF. These vulnerabilities do not affect the backend of a specific application. So that's why these vulnerabilities are considered a client-side vulnerabilities, and SQL injection on the other end is a server-side vulnerability because it affects the backend or the database which works in the backend server of a web application or a mobile application. All right, so basically XSS is like in simple words, the meaning of XSS is injecting malicious JavaScript code into client's browser in order to like steal their cookies or anything like that, some sensitive information. Then another is CSRF. So basically, like CSRF is like we can say a interesting vulnerability. So to understand CSRF more, let's like go dive into a specific lab which we will be playing for the CSRF vulnerability. So yeah, I hope if my screen is visible to everyone. Let me just turn on my burp suit. All right. Okay, so we'll be going to the website called Portsfigure. Okay, I'm not logged in into the website. Okay, let me just quickly log in into the website and I'll share the screen again. So till then, I would request everyone to like set up your systems, turn on your burp suit and your Portsfigure so that we all can like learn together and we can solve the labs. So basically, till then, let me like when till I set up everything, let me explain what is CSRF. So for an example, like assume that there is a URL in a website, like there is a feature in a website of email changing the email. So for an example, like there is a email change button. You enter your email. For an example, my email is smith@gmail.com. Okay, so when I like type my email and hit the submit button for changing my email, there will be a specific URL which will be generated in few websites. Like for an example, site.com, then question mark and email change smith@gmail.com. This is an simple example where I can exploit the SSRF. Now, for an example, assume that this request, what this request is doing, this is like saying the website to change a email and what email will be like changed. So this is the email which will be like changed. So for an example, if my current email is smithrami@gmail.com and if I go to this specific URL, then my email will be changed from smithrami@gmail.com to smith@gmail.com, which is mentioned in the URL here. So this is a CSRF vulnerability. Now, for an example, assume that this is my actual email. I am just saying you to assume that this is my actual email. I'll send this link to all of you guys, and if you guys click this link on the specific site, then your emails will be changed to my email. So what I can do is I can just reset passwords of all of your accounts, and I can just hack into your account. So this is the actual impact of CSRF vulnerability. So in the CSRF, if the website is vulnerable to CSRF, then by just clicking the link, you are compromising your whole like account of that specific website. So this is the impact of CSRF, and yeah, we are going to like do some practicals about CSRF, so you guys can learn this in a more advanced way that like you can learn it more precisely that how CSRF actually works. So yeah, let me just log in and I'll have to pause my recordings too. All right, and here content all labs. And if anyone is interested in learning web application penetration testing, then this is the best website where you can learn each and everything about like web application testing. So let's go to the like CSRF vulnerability with no defenses, since so many people here are like beginners into the web application testing domain or the cybersecurity domain. So we won't go that much advanced right now. Yeah, we'll also like go to the advanced labs and advanced vulnerabilities. But yeah, as of now, we'll have to start with basics. Okay, so basically here we have our website. So let's go to the account section, and we have our credentials here, which are Weiner and Peter. So this is our first credential, and this is our password. So let's just log in with the specific username and password. Okay, so we already have logged in. Now we have a function to change our email, if you guys can see. I hope my screen is perfectly visible to everyone. Can you guys confirm if my screen is visible? Okay, it's visible. Okay, so basically we have a option to like change our email. So what I can do is I can just type a specific email as what okay, what is our actual like okay. So what's our goal into this specific lab to solve the lab draft some HTML that use CSRF attack to change viewers email and okay, done. So basically let's do one thing attacker, let's type attacker at gmail.com. Okay, and once we'll be like once we click this update email button, we'll be getting a specific request here in our Bob suite. So this is the post request called my account and change email. So like now what we are going to do is the Bob suite has a specific features. Okay, so I have forgotten to activate my pro version of Bob suite. Okay, that's not an issue. We'll be getting the specific code from like any of the sources, or what we can do is if possible then we can change the request method to get and see if this works. Method not allowed. Okay, no issues. So basically this is the thing. So what we can do is let's just get the a specific code written from Copilot, which is Microsoft's AI. So like do you guys know you can use the chat GPT or the Copilot, these kind of AI for your cyber as like your cybersecurity mentor. So let's use it as our mentor for now. Okay, I don't know like how to write that specific code, but since like we have less time, so yeah, we'll have to tell the specific AI to do that specific thing for us. So let's just find that request again. What was the request? This is basically HTTP history tab of the Bob suite. So here we'll be able to see each and every request that we have done after into like this Bob suite session. So let's see where is our request, or what we can do is we can just make another request through that page. Let's just update it and yeah, we got our request. This is our request. Now what we are going to do is we are just basically copying this whole request. Okay, dropping the request now. And then we'll just give our co-pilot this request and say that make a CSRF POC. Okay, he made a whole CSRF POC for us. So this is how you can use the AI for like executing these kind of malicious things, or we can say for your pen testing too. So yeah, let's just go to our notepad and paste the code that ChatGPT or sorry, the Copilot had given us. So this is our code. This will be basically sending a post request to this specific URL, and the value will be our email. So whoever will open this specific page will be redirected to this specific URL, and his email will be changed to attacker@gmail.com. Now let's practically perform this vulnerability. So csrf.html. Okay, we have saved this specific file. Now, let's see. This is our current like email. Once we refresh this page, we can see that this is your email is vanier@normaluser.net. Okay, so now we are going to change this email to attacker@gmail.com without by just clicking on that specific link. So let's find that document. Okay, here is csrf.html. So yeah, as you can see, our email is directly changed to attacker@gmail.com. Now, whoever all I am supposed to do is I am just going to copy this and send this file to any of you guys. That is what I can do like in this situation. And whoever of you guys open this file, his email will be changed. So yeah, this is our actual page. Let's just refresh it and we can see that our email is changed to attacker@gmail.com. And we didn't even open this site and changed it manually. We just, opened that HTML file and it made our email to be like changed to something else or someone else's email. So this is how we can exploit the CSRF vulnerability. So yeah, this was the CSRF vulnerability, and now we are going to learn some advanced things about web application and API penetration testing. So now before moving further, we are going for the API pen testing first. Is the CSRF attack applicable only to emails? No. CSRF is not like only applicable to email. This is just an example that how we can exploit CSRF. Now, basically CSRF can be used in every situation. Now, for an example, assume that there is a website in which we have option or we can say a button of delete your account. Once we click a delete your account button, it will send a specific request to, for an example, a page called delete account. Okay, this is the page where the request will be sent. Now, for an example, if the attacker or the website is sending request to this specific site, this specific endpoint, then my account will be deleted in that case. So what if I just make a whole URL of that site? For an example, https://site.com and then delete account. Okay, and I'll send this this link to any of you guys. If you will open this link, your account will be deleted. Okay, so that's the simple way how we can exploit CSRF. All right. Okay, so yeah. So now what we are going to learn is we'll be learning the API penetration testing. We are going to hack a website using its API weakness. And we are going to change the price of a specific, like we are going to a e-commerce site, obviously a virtual lab and e-commerce site, and we'll be changing price of a specific item from around $1 to $2,000 to yeah ₹0 or $0. So we'll be manipulating the price, the actual we'll be manipulating the price in the back end of a specific web application or a e-commerce site using API's flaw. So we'll be using the weakness of API. I'll also show you guys that how you can find vulnerability in API and how you can exploit it to get a good bug bounty or maybe add it to your vulnerability or we can say pen testing report. So yeah, let's understand how API pen testing works. So basically, today we are going to learn about a specific weakness of REST APIs. So if you guys know, API work on a specific method-based way. For an example, there is a page called user. in a website. So if I'll send a GET request to the user, then I'll get information about the current user or obviously about me. If I send the post or the patch request to slash user, then in most of the cases I'll be able to edit the things. For an example, if I send a GET request, then I'll get the details. If I am sending the post or patch request, then I am changing the details. For an example, username is equal to Smith. So my username, whatever my current username is, it will be changed to Smith if I'm sending a post or patch request. So what we are going to do in this situation is, that is a like e-commerce website which is using get method to retrieve the price of item, this specific item. Okay, so we are going to use the post method or the patch method to like change the price of that specific item to 0. So obviously I told you that if we are like, if a website is using API, then there are two cases generally, that is like used to retrieve the data, and post or patch method is used to change the data. So the website was actually retrieving the data by using the get method, but we manipulated the request and changed it to post or the patch. So in this case, instead of the retrieving that data, we are going to change or manipulate the data and changing the price to 0. So we can get any item from that website and change its price to $0 and get it for free. So that's what we are going to do right now using the API pen testing methods. So yeah, let's go to the API topic. Let's go to all topics here, and then we have a topic of API. Here is API testing. We have 5 labs here for the API testing. Okay, all labs. Then, and if you guys have any doubt regarding this vulnerability, then you guys can tell me. Like, I'll be happy to solve your doubts. Okay, here are all the labs for API pen testing. All right, here it is. So yeah, we are going to access this lab. If anyone else is, so basically we are supposed to log into this website in order to perform such operations. So I didn't log into the website, so that was causing the unauthorized issue. So yeah, I think yeah, we are supposed to we'll be able to change the thing now. Now see, we are poor in this specific case. We don't have any money, but we want this jacket. So we are going to use API weakness to change the price of this specific product to 0 rupees, and then we'll be able to purchase it. So see, here we have two options to get this jacket, either to earn money or to reduce the price of jacket. So we are choosing the second option. We are not going to add the money into our specific account. We are going to reduce the price of the jacket in order to purchase it. So yeah, basically, yeah, sir, please explain once again about the get patch method. Okay, sure. So basically, see, if there are website, if the website is using API for the backend or for the communication, then there are two possibilities. First is that get method into the for the REST APIs are used to retrieve data. For an example, if I do get then price of item 1, then it will retrieve the price of item 1. If I do post or patch, okay, then if I do post or patch method and then same endpoint that we used for get request, then in this case it will be manipulating the data. So this is an official like way of like how REST APIs work. If we like send a GET request, then the data will be retrieved, and if we send the POST or patch request, then data will be manipulated. Right, so this is what like we are doing here. So the website is using GET request to retrieve price of this item. So understand the backend. So if you like want to hack websites or learn bug bounty hunting, you'll have to understand that how the website is working actually. So what website is doing once we like reach this page, it is sending a API request to backend, a GET request to backend about like retrieving price. So what website will do? The like the backend, what the backend will do? It is simple GET request, right? So in the GET request, the price of that specific item will be retrieved. And if we are using post or patch method, if we manipulate the request and change the like request method from get to patch, then in that case what will happen, the price will be changed. Instead of retrieving, the price will be changed in that case, right? So that's what we are doing here. I hope your doubt is clear now. Let me know if you have anything else in mind. All right, and yeah, till then let's continue with the lab. So basically we are going to get this request again. We are sending the request again, and let's see if now we are able to change this or not. So yeah, this is the HTTP request, and yeah, this is the product API request. So now in this case, if we send this GET request, yes, we are getting the pricing. Okay, so now let's change this to POST in order to manipulate it. So the method is not allowed it. And here we can see only allowed methods are get and patch. So if the post is not working, then we have another option which is patch. Okay, so yes. Now what we are supposed to do is let's just do a specific operation here. Okay, we are going to change the price to maybe zero. Okay, let's see. And yeah, we are supposed to add the content type as JSON here because the website won't be able to understand that what we are sending them. So the content type header should be this. Okay, so the price is changed to zero now in this case. So let's just refresh the site and we can see the price is changed to zero. Now I'll refresh it how like whatever time I want, but it won't be changed. So here we can also see the price is zero. So we have manipulated the price to zero. Now, if I do 10 here, the price will be changed to 10 cents. Okay. So if I do 1000 here, then it will be changed to maybe $10. Yes. So yes, here we can see the price is $10. So we can manipulate the price to whatever we want just by changing the like get request to patch request. But obviously this is an unsecure API endpoint. Generally the API endpoints are secured, but also there are ways to bypass it. There are ways we can like bypass the security of API endpoints and find these kind of vulnerabilities. So those are very advanced stuff. In order to like understand those things, you'll have to learn about JWT tokens and everything. So yeah, that's the method that how we can exploit an API endpoint in order to like get these kind of price change. Now another vulnerability that we are going to learn is race condition vulnerability. Is anyone here who know what is race condition vulnerability? All right, no issues. So let me explain what is a race condition vulnerability. But before that, let me uh, just a second. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's understand what is a race condition vulnerability. So basically, like apart from some common vulnerabilities, now we are going to some complex vulnerabilities because like if you are aiming to, get into bug bounty hunting or web application testing, then yes, you will also have to learn these kind of vulnerabilities because the accesses and SQL injection are way common vulnerabilities and they are like, yeah, difficult to find. And if you know these kind of unique vulnerabilities, then it will like get you ahead from maybe 50 to 60% bug bounty hunters because like so many there are like lots of bug bounty hunters and web application testers out there, but what they just do is they look for some of these kind of common vulnerabilities, accesses, SQL injection, CSRF, then like RC and all. So if you know these kind of vulnerabilities, then that will like increase your chances of finding a weakness into a website. So this is the one that you can use, the API one. Another one which you can like use is the race condition vulnerability. And as I know, like there are very less people who know about what exactly race condition vulnerability is. So basically, let's understand what is race condition vulnerability. So assume that if you go for shopping on the e-commerce site, then there is an option for coupon code. Right, on the e-commerce website, you have option for coupon codes where you can, apply a specific coupon and get 20%, 50% or whatever discount. Okay, so let's understand that scenario here. So race condition vulnerabilities allow like let's just understand this scenario in a simple way. Like how the coupon code function works. Obviously, can anyone tell me if you can like apply the same coupon code two or three times in the same item? For an example, like if there is any coupon code for like 50% discount. So like can I apply the same coupon code two times to get 50 plus 50 means 100% discount? No, we cannot, right? So how this specific function works, let's understand. So basically, first, if we apply, like for an example, 50 off, this is our coupon code. So if I like use this coupon code and hit the send button, what the website will do first, it will check if like this is a valid coupon code or not. And if it's valid, then how much discount will I be getting from this specific coupon code? I got 50% discount. Okay. Then after verifying and providing the discount, the last step what the website will do is it will prevent me or it will block this specific coupon code for me to use it again, right? Or else I'll be able to use it as many times as I want. Obviously. So that's why first website will like take my input, then it will verify it and provide me the like appropriate discount, and then at last it will block that specific like coupon code for me so I cannot use it again. So basically there is a specific like milliseconds, there are few milliseconds of time which is like there is a specific delay of few milliseconds, maybe 500 milliseconds or 600 milliseconds, which will be like which will work as a delay in between these two processes. So for an example, like I got my 50% discount and after 500 milliseconds my like that specific coupon code will be blocked. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, like what we are going to do in the race condition vulnerabilities, we are going to send so many same request of a same coupon code that before this 500 millisecond and my like coupon code gets blocked, we are going to apply this coupon code multiple times. Like, for an example, if I like do 50 off, okay, then the whole process will happen. Then again I write 50% off. Then obviously in this much amount of time it will be blocked. But what if I send 10 or 15 requests at a time at single second, or we can say single millisecond at a single point of time? What if I send multiple requests of same coupon code? So before like it once it verify and before the like time limit ends like in this 500 milliseconds before the card or we can say that specific coupon code gets blocked, we will use this coupon code multiple time before it gets blocked. So this is what is actual flaw in the race condition vulnerability. So for an example, what is the impact of this vulnerability? I can use the coupon code multiple times. So for example, if I use 50% of this coupon code, maybe two times, then I'll get 100% off and I can get my item for free. So this is the vulnerability, which is one of the most common one which I have found in my journey. Because I'm also a bug bounty hunter and web application tester since like 3 years. So I'm into this domain from a very long time, and this is one of the, most common one which I have found because this is very underrated vulnerability, and there are almost like we can say there are 90 to like 95% of bug bounty hunters nowadays don't look for these kind of vulnerabilities. So if you guys learn these like how to exploit race condition vulnerabilities and all, it will be very helpful for you to find your first vulnerability. So this is something that you should like learn when you are learning web application testing or bug bounty hunting. So yeah, I think we do have enough time to, proceed with this specific vulnerability. So yeah, we'll be looking at the practical section too. So let's practically exploit the race condition vulnerability. Let's search for race condition here. Let's see. Yes, this is what we are supposed to do here. So basically, to exploit the race condition vulnerability using the Bob suite software is a mandatory thing. If you want to exploit race condition vulnerability, you must use Bob suite. So yeah, let's learn about the specific vulnerability. So yeah, we have 20% off coupon code here, which is promo 20. First of all, before that, I'll have to log into my account. So I've logged in and yeah, I have just $50 into my account and I want to buy this jacket which is worth $1337. So basically I'll have to use this 20% off multiple times till like the price is as low that I can like get that specific jacket in the price of $50. So yeah, let's use our this specific vulnerability to solve this lab. So okay, we have it here, and now we are applying this coupon code. If we apply it here, okay, the $267 are already like reduced from our main price. What if I try to apply this again? It won't work. It says coupon already applied. So now what I'm going to do is let me show you how we can exploit the race condition vulnerability. Let me turn on the intercept and get this specific request. Okay, I got the request for applying the coupon code. I'll be sending this to repeater and dropping the request. So the coupon code won't be like applied. Let's see if yeah, it's not applied, right? So now in the repeater, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new tab group, okay, which will be having this. And yeah, now I'm pressing Control R button to copy the same request multiple times. This all are the same request. And now I'll be adding all this to my group. Okay, so these are already added to my group. So now I have created 10 requests. So now I'll be sending all this in like a single packet attack. Okay, so I'll be sending all the links parallelly. So it will be sent at a single time. All the requests will be sent in this all like there are total 11 requests in this group, and all these 11 requests will be sent at a single point of time. So let me send this request and see coupon applied, coupon applied, coupon applied. Okay, coupon already applied. So the coupon is applied 9 times, I think. Okay, not, yeah, it is applied 9 times. And after that, it told me that coupon is not. Okay, so see, instead of something around $200, we reduce the price by $1157. So this is the power of race condition vulnerability. I hope you guys don't have any doubt how I exploited the situation here. If you have any doubt, let me know. I'll explain it again. And yeah, but still, it is not as like much enough discount that we can price or we can like get it on specific price of $50. So yeah, let's remove this and try the same vulnerability again. Let's make a few more copies of this request and send it again. We'll send it till like we, get enough discount to buy this for $50. Yes. Now we got $47. Like we got discount of $1289. How this thing work, let me explain again. We sent over 10 to 12 requests in the at a single point of time on at like in a 1 millisecond we sent 12 requests, and the website itself like for blocking that specific coupon code, website is taking around 200 to 300 milliseconds. But before the coupon code gets blocked, we are sending multiple requests. So it is before, like, obviously if the coupon code is not blocked, then website will accept it, and once it gets blocked it won't accept. So before website blocks that coupon code, we are sending so many requests that our coupon code is being applied multiple times. And it got applied so many times that we like only have to pay $47 instead of $1337, and we have $50 store credit. So let's just place the order, and we got our jacket and our lab is solved. So this is how you can exploit like we can say race condition vulnerability. So if you have if you come across any website in which you are doing your penetration testing, which is which have this coupon code function, then you can definitely try this vulnerability and see if the website is vulnerable to race condition. Then this is a huge vulnerability which you can report to the organization. So yeah, that was it for today. If you guys have any doubt regarding this, then yeah, we can definitely have a word on it. And tomorrow's topic will be very interesting topic. So yeah, stay tuned and kindly make sure to join tomorrow's webinar, because the topic in tomorrow's webinar is very interesting. I won't reveal it yet. I love to keep suspenses. So yeah, I'll keep it as a suspense, but yeah, make sure to join tomorrow's webinar. All I can say is that it will be amazing. The topic that I've selected for tomorrow's webinar is very interesting. So yeah, if you guys have any doubt for today's workshop or webinar, then please let me know. I would love to answer your questions.